Well, it's a fresh chapter for Oklahoma City Public Schools. A new superintendent has officially been elected to lead the district. It's a choice that school board members have called a momentous occasion. So without further ado, we welcome Dr. Sean McDaniel, who is now the top administrator for OKCPS. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You must be very eager to kind of get this first school year underneath your belt.
Right now, I'm eager and tired, but
You are.
I'm really excited. It's such a great opportunity to be the leader of this particular district, and I can't wait to get going.
And you've only been in this spot for, what, 10 days or so? And you were telling me you've hit the ground running.
Right.
So far.
Today is day 8, and so I'm trying to get meetings scheduled with staff members. I've been able to meet with every board member so far, just in a one-on-one setting. Trying to get my hands on documents, read, just get up to speed on all that is going on right now in the district.
Get us up to speed on who you are. I know you're coming from Mustang Public Schools,
Right.
which is a very different district from OKCPS, about, what, a quarter of the size?
About 11,500 kids, so right at a quarter of the size. So a different community, a different district, different sets of expectations. But you know, at the root of everything, we find kids. And so you walk into classrooms, you have kids with needs. And so the job, large or small, is to try and connect those resources to those kids. And so in that way, it is similar.
Take me through this, because I was very interested. You know, the public, the media was not given a list of who was being considered.
Right.
We had no idea what to expect. How did that work for you? And was this something that you had your eye on for a while?
Wow. You know, I've been watching Oklahoma City for at least 25 years just as an educator. You know, and we would, my colleagues in other districts, we would watch the roller coaster, and we would cheer for Oklahoma City when we felt like they got a leader that we felt, hey, this is going to work. And then we would all feel that disappointment when it didn't work. So I've had my eyes on it from that angle. But as far as actually being the superintendent of Oklahoma City, that didn't happen until probably about a month and a half ago. And I just felt like I want to get in there and help if I can.
Yeah.
And so that was fairly recent.
And it was a sudden resignation from Aurora Laura. And I did have a question about Rebecca Kay. Well, did she ever want this position full time? And will she go back to what she was doing before? Because I think a lot of people, since we didn't have that list of names,
Right.
thought that she was a shoo-in. So what happens to her? Will she be back in the district?
She is our chief of staff. Well, right now through June, she is the acting superintendent, and I'm in a consulting basis through the month of June. Beginning July 1, she returns to the chief of staff position as I step in as the superintendent. And you know, as far as you know, what her thoughts were about the job, I have not had that specific conversation with her. I think she would make a fantastic superintendent, and if that's something that she chooses to do down the road, I think she's going to be ready to do it.
Okay. Just interested in
yeah.
you know, how that all went down there. Let's go back to that roller coaster that you were talking about. Obviously, the district has fallen on hard times, as has most every district across the state from those detrimental budget cuts. Are you feeling that kind of lack of stability as you take over these reins? And what's your biggest concern?
Sure. You know, I don't feel instability right now in Oklahoma City, and I think that's been a pleasant surprise. You know, from the outside looking in, you hear all the talk about the dysfunction and failing schools, and what I'm finding is that we have lots and lots of talented people. We have community partners ready to help who have been helping. We have teachers and principals across the board, support employees who they're there for kids, and they're talented. And so I think right now my biggest challenge is trying to figure out a way to connect everybody to that central vision, which is how can we best serve our kids? And so I think pieces are in place. I'm really excited about that part of it, and now the work has to be done to really begin connecting people.
And I know declining enrollment has also been an issue that could cost you, what, up to $11 million in state funding over the next couple years. How do you keep kids there? How do you keep families coming to you to enroll, and the teachers in place to teach those kids?
Great set of questions. Yes, we are projecting, if things don't change, we're projecting an $11 million cut over the next 2 years, and that certainly is due to what we project in declining enrollment. So the way you turn that around is you have to create more appeal. You have to convince families that we are going to meet the needs of the kids. We've got to have some fun, but we've also got to turn things around from an achievement standpoint. We've got to allow our kids to access all of the resources and opportunities that are available to them. And I think that's one of the things right now we're really looking at through policy change, through maybe a different culture idea, that we want all of our kids to be able to access the quality education that they deserve. So I think once we get the appeal there, once we start showing that we are going to do this, it's not just a pipe dream, and results follow, then I think people are going to come back to Oklahoma City.
I know everybody's wishing you the best of luck to get the school and the district back where it needs to be. You have kids of your own?
I do. I have a daughter that has my 2 grandbabies that lives over in the Tulsa area.
Aww.
And then my youngest, Mac, just graduated from Deer Creek High School, and he's going to the University of Tulsa. So
congratulations to him.
So Tracy, my wife, and I are really proud of them, and looking for big things from them. Yeah,
absolutely. And for families who are watching this right now, who are expecting parents, or they have newborns and they're worried about the state of public education, or they're worried about sending their kids to Oklahoma City Public Schools about everything that they've heard, what's your message to them to kind of allay those fears?
A couple things. One, get plugged in, be a part of the solution. It's easy to sit back and watch things happen and then provide commentary. Oh, things aren't going well over there, or gosh, their test scores aren't very good. My encouragement is get plugged in. How can we be part of the solution? Second thing is, I do think that there, thanks in part to what happened through the walkout this past year, I think we have legislators who are really paying attention to public education right now, and I'm hopeful that through the election cycle, as we head into the next session, we're going to see some results of what occurred this past year. So I think there is hope. I think there's hope at the state level. I'm very optimistic about Oklahoma City Public Schools because there is talent, there are people in place, and there is support in place for this to be what I'm going to call a premier district. I believe that's where Oklahoma City Public Schools should be, and I think that's where we're headed.